That's a simple question to answer.
Hi lovelies, and welcome back to another TikTok video. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Stronard and here is Belly's Stitches. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's get into today's video. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok where this Republican Nikki Haley was asked a simple question, but she decided not to answer a very simple question and diverted the question. Guys, this actually got internet talking, and I was just able to put up some stitch from why people reacting to this incident, because a lot of people actually stitched this video, but just I decided to know what I will actually have to say about this and their response. Oh my goodness guys, I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as the stitches I was able to put together. Guys, why don't just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think. And do not forget that this channel does not support any form of harassment, bullying whatsoever. We are just here for educational purposes guys. So why not just share this video, subscribe if you've not done that already, like, and let's get into it.
Nikki Haley just gave the single worst answer I've ever heard in my entire life when asked about the root cause of the Civil War.
What was the cause of the United States Civil War?
Well, don't come with an easy question or anything. I mean, I think the cause of the Civil War was basically how government was going to run. The freedoms and what people could and couldn't do. What do you think the cause of the Civil War was?
Okay, here's a free tip. When you get asked a question and your answer is, what do you think the answer is? It's a telltale sign that you don't actually know what you're talking about. And hard as it may be to believe, her answer got even worse.
I'm sorry?
I'm not ready to president.
What do you want me to say about slavery? Next question.
So throughout her entire answer, she doesn't once mention slavery. And when the guy calls her out, she says, what do you want me to say about slavery? Next question. The true tragedy of this is twofold. One, Nikki Haley is South Asian. Her parents could only immigrate to the United States because black civil rights leaders fought for the Immigration Nationalization Act of 1965. Without black civil rights leaders, she would not be here. Her father even taught at an HBCU. And two, she's a former governor of South Carolina. When you look at the Articles of Secession from South Carolina, the number one reason they cite is because of the northern states' hostility to the institution of slavery. The bottom line is this: if mentioning the mere existence of slavery will make you lose votes, then guess what? You're catering to white supremacists.
All right, you guys, I think you're being a little too hard on Nikki Haley for the way she responded to the question in regards to the Civil War, saying everything but mentioning the real reason, which was slavery. Maybe she didn't know. After all, she's a politician, not a professor. Her dad, pictured here on the left, was a professor. Not her. And he was a professor at Voorhees University in South Carolina, the first HBCU founded by an African-American woman. How can Nikki possibly know? Maybe Nikki Haley isn't familiar with the Confederate Constitution and the fact that it was pretty much like the regular Constitution, except when it came to things like slavery. Maybe she didn't know about the speech that the vice president of the Confederacy gave at the time to rally up his troops. You know, the one where he talked about what the new government, the Confederacy, is founded upon and where its foundations are laid upon the great truth that African Americans are not equal to the white man, that slavery, subordination to the superior race, is his natural and normal condition. How could she know when she says things like this about the Confederate flag? You know, when back in 2015, she told Glenn Beck that the Confederate flag symbolized service, sacrifice, and heritage for some people in her state until Dylan Roof hijacked it. Roof was the white supremacist who killed 9 black parishioners when he opened fire on the Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church back in June 2015. Noting that the small minority of people who believe like Dylan are always going to be there, but people saw it as service, sacrifice, and heritage. But once he did that, there was no way to overcome it. See, she thinks Dylann Roof is the one that made the Confederate flag look bad, not the Confederacy. After all, the Confederates were just patriots fighting for their freedoms. She has to think that, right? Because why else would she say that the Confederate flag represents service and sacrifice? Maybe Nikki Haley didn't know these things. There's no way she possibly said to herself, even though I know the answer is slavery, I know who my base is, so I can't talk about it or bring it up. I gotta pander. I don't think she thought that. It's not like she was a UN ambassador or anything like that. I mean, you would assume a UN ambassador representing a certain country would know the reason why the country they are representing had a civil war. What? Oh, she was a UN ambassador too? Oh, anyway, that doesn't matter. Maybe we should cut Nikki Haley some slack. After all, she probably just didn't know. Anyways, bye!
That's a simple question to answer. It was slavery. Why is it that Republicans, especially Republicans from the South, are so sensitive about the slavery topic? Why do they get so defensive? Why do they give these weird answers? I get comments all the time telling me that it was Democrats who were the slave owners. So why don't they just say something like that? Why is it that it's Republicans who want to ban CRT? Why is it Republicans who don't want to talk about slavery? Why is it Republicans who defend the Confederacy, defend Confederate monuments? Why is that? Why isn't it Democrats who get really defensive and sensitive about the topic of slavery? It's almost like something happened between the 1800s and now. It's almost like something happened to the political parties. I wonder what it could possibly be. How did she
So Nikki Haley, the only one within reach of Donald Trump, and it's really not in reach, it's sort of like the rejects of the already rejected party, who's closest. She's the closest one to him. Asked a question: what do you think the Civil War was about? Now, before I answer like she did, let's say you think it was about money. I don't. I think it was about slavery. I can answer that question pretty simply and quickly. The South didn't want to let go of its slaves, free labor. But let's say you think it was about money. It would be about money based on the fact that the South had free labor. You understand the connection? So let's say it was economic. Let's say that you think it was economic, and that's going to be your answer because you can't bear to think that the actual answer is slavery, which is exactly what it was. That is the answer. She did not even mention slavery. She didn't even use the word. She just simply avoided it in a town hall meeting when asked, what do you think the Civil War was about? And at the end of the question, there's a dead silence. There's no applause. There's nothing. You can see people talking, looking and whispering to each other. The guy follows up and says, I find it shocking that in 2023 that you answered that question, what is the Civil War about? And didn't even mention slavery. And again, dead silence. And you can tell she realizes she just effed up. Here's the problem with Republicans today. They're afraid. They're pussies, and they're afraid to answer the question directly. If you can't answer the question directly, you shouldn't be running. This is the same person, one of the others, one of the many, who has been running for president and will not even speak out against Donald Trump and his horrific ideas for whatever you want to call policies. I'm not sure you call them policies, if he were to be elected again. That's the problem and the reason I haven't voted for Republican in the last several years. I used to vote for Republicans. I will not vote for a Republican just on principle. You say, oh, he's a liberal Democrat. No, I just want the country to succeed. And right now, based on the clown show that I see on the right, it's like they're jumping in and out of the same Volkswagen. 22 of those MAGA right folks ruining everything in Congress, having no productivity. And Nikki Haley is just another glossed over version of those idiots. This is a disgusting representation of what used to be a strong party. Nikki Haley, absolutely no.
Like, seriously, lovelies, why is it that most of all these Republicans, they love to shy away from the truth, or they don't actually want to talk about the truth? Like, you were asked a simple question that demand a very straight answer, and what was the curse of civil war? Like, everyone know, even a child know about this, but you, a Republican who, we're supposed to be advice to somebody, decided to just direct the question back to like seriously, these people keep on proving themselves. Like, they feel so uncomfortable trying to when topics like this are being asked, and she was just so yeah. So as if she claimed, or she was feeling as if she don't know what to answer. Like, what stopped her from just giving a very straight answer? And you are coming out to oh my goodness, everyone know what really happened in the past, even no matter how they try to hide history from generations or generation years or born or upcoming generations. The truth also remains that there are a lot of things that happened in the past. Some set of colonizers actually went to a particular country or a particular continent and decided to enslave so many people. They bought so many people. They colonized. After colonizing that particular, after which they bought so many people, stripped them out of their culture, tradition, names, everything. They were brought to, and after that, they were forced to, embark in so many things that someone cannot even tell. Like, you cannot even open your mouth to spill what these, people actually went through in the hands of these masters. After this, they were stripped out everything that their identity was not even found. Seriously, they were also forced to learn a particular language which are even staged, and they have to do this because they want everyone to to be able to communicate, because a lot of people came from different angles, different traditions and cultures and all of that. These people have been through a lot. They have been through a lot, but God, they have it. After everything said and done, they help to build whatever you are enjoying today. They help to to build whatever wealth you are enjoying today. And after everything and done, God may have it, there is a civil war, because they are not they are actually getting tired of this suffering. Then this involved civil war, and after that this was actually abolished, but there's still stigmatizations all over the place. And you were just asked this simple question, and as old as you are, you already know what really happened in the past. Even if you claim not to be around them, your ancestors, at least you were told, at least you read, you are in a very high position to know in details what really happened compared to everyone else. But you are asked these simple questions that just demand you to give a straight answer to it. Then you decided to act ignorantly and try to twist the question. You even went ahead to shift the question under the desk and proceed with your speech. Oh my God. When I saw this, and a lot of people were stitching the video, calling her out, and I was like, what is even her people trying to say about it? At first I was even thinking that she's purely white, she's white, but she is not. She's actually not. she's an Indian, I think. So I was just able to put up this, some of these teachers to know their opinion of what they think, and they are just still saying the same thing. No one in America today will tell you that they don't know what really happened and why the Civil War was, there, and what really happened and what is to get the Civil War. Nobody in America today that you ask this question and they wouldn't know. Even a baby knows about this. So why you as a Republican, decided to shove this question under the deck, just the way you people have been doing it, you guys don't like, you guys feel so uncomfortable when something like this is being asked. Anyways, guys, why not just leave me your thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that this channel does not support any form of bullying, harassment. We are just here for educational purposes, guys. And share this video, subscribe, and I will see you lovely when I upload my next video. So guys, if you have watched up to this extent, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that this channel does not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We are just here for educational purposes, guys. So why not just, leave your thoughts, subscribe if you're here too, then like this video, share, and I will see you lovelies when I upload my next video.